founder and CEO of Fastcall, and I want to talk for a few minutes about some of our more recent updates to our IVR settings. It's July 2021. We're actually looking at Intercall, which is our video application in the App Exchange, allows every Salesforce user to talk and video with each other. So I'm going to minimize my screen here, and you'll see that this is a Lightning component. So, and Fastcall is here. Fastcall is OpenCTI. Intercall is here. Hey, you're back. That's pretty cool. So let's go to our user settings, or settings. So we're actually in the sales app. So we'll go back over to Fastcall, and then back into settings, and we will look for IVRs. So call handling, IVR. Okay, so we have a couple of new IVR settings, which are really interesting. So IVR start with actions. We'll start with the call transfers first. So we've added a new option for call transfer where we're able to, so we have round robin queue. So the round robin queue keeps the call on hold, has the ability to read a user's place in time, the ability to opt out of the menu, so I can press 0 to connect back or connect into a voicemail. So the round robin queue is the more sophisticated, powerful IVR, but this is an improvement here. So the no answer IVR has always been what happens when the first IVR isn't answered. Sometimes I'll just say it's the next IVR. Oftentimes the no answer IVR is voicemail, but it could be a call center. So this is new. The missed call owner type can be a user, a queue, or a record owner. So the record owner is new. So this says a call comes through the IVR, rings to 5 different users. None of those users answer the call. Our data model will create a call record, a connection record, and 5 attempts. In the past, we said, okay, well, who's going to own that voicemail? It always had to be a user, a designated user. So now the owner type can be a record owner. So if that caller has a record in Salesforce that's owned, the voicemail can be owned by that record owner. Now we still have a default missed call owner, because if there is no record owner, if the record doesn't exist, so if the caller is not in Salesforce, we're not going to find a record owner. There still needs to be a default missed call owner, which is a user. I'll say that was Antonio. This setting is also relatively new. A little bit. We now have the ability. We're now sending the missed call email to this single user or to all users in the group. And then this is another additional setting that's just kind of fairly new. It basically will send a missed call email if the call doesn't get as far as voicemail. So this will send a notification if the call goes to voicemail. This will send a notification if the call just isn't answered. So this actually will just send more notification. And in fact, if we sent the notification to all group members, that would send more email. So we had subscribers ask us for more email, and there it is. Okay, so this idea of a record owner is new. We also have here sort of a similar idea of record owner. So this is at the top of the IVR. So the call comes in, we would have gone before the call would have gone to a group, which is the basic ACD, to a user, to a phone number, which could have been another call center. So this now at the top of the IDR will look for a record owner. So a call comes in and says, hey, does this record exist in Salesforce? Yes, it does. It's owned by me. Let's say it's owned by Rich. Now we can route the call to that record owner. And then in place of that, the no owner IVR now becomes really kind of I can't really say primary IVR, but it becomes the next IVR. So it's okay, if we don't find a record owner, then what do we do? And that would maybe be your existing traditional IVR, which would be maybe an auto call distribution. So you would create that first. All of our IVRs are created in pieces and sort of stitch together. And we generally say you want to start at the bottom and work your way up to the top. So this IVR would have been created first. So this is new. It basically says I want to look for a record owner, which basically means the record exists in Salesforce, because if it does exist in Salesforce, it has to have a record owner. And then we do A, and if the record doesn't exist in Salesforce and there's no owner, we go to B. We had a subscriber yesterday who actually asked about really routing those calls not to users, so to voicemail. So if the record doesn't exist in Salesforce, you could route that to a group and have it call be distributed round robin. You could even just route it to a separate voicemail if you're really just trying to answer calls from current accounts where there are records in Salesforce. So both of those options are new. They're both appearing in a different place, but this record owner option really gives you, again, at the beginning of your IVR, the ability to do that initial search to say, does the record exist? And some future development we have planned is to do further filtering here. For example, to say if the account, check account status, perhaps do a lookup of the opportunity. So do some more lookup in Salesforce first, and then decide where to route the call. So that's what we have in our future development. I mentioned there were two changes. I ended up sort of going over both of them at the same time. The record owner will also, let me see if I just cancel this out, just because it is it is available in two places. So we showed the two ways in call transfer that we're using the record owner. You'll also see that option in voicemail, basically the same thing. So voicemail owner is a user or record owner. So you're going to be able to do that in the voicemail itself or in the call transfer IVR. So hopefully this was helpful. If you have any questions, shoot us an email, help@fastcall.com, and we will be happy to give you some more detail.